Hi everyone, my name is Roszipou and today we will be looking into my 2019 bullet journal. I know I am a little bit late on this video, but I had to finish a really big book contract in the last days, so yeah, so I'm finally ready to post my video, so let's check this out. So first off, I want to mention that when I started bullet journaling last year, I actually didn't fill up my index because I was quite bored with the way that I use it. So my first month in my bullet journal was December 2018. That's the month that I start. And I did a couple spread of like Christmas spread, what should I get for Christmas, my wish list, and I don't know why, but I only did my spread on the right pages instead of doing like double spread like my Dear Journal spread. So yeah, a little recap and resolution for 2019, and there we are. I did a little bit of a year of a cleanse. It's not really like straight and all that symmetrical, and I also did a little bit of doodles at the top of the months. I think that I wanted them to be my themes. So here's my bills, my saving, and I wanted to like save to go to Japan, but things come up and I stopped working, so I had to take a break from my saving to go to Japan. I also did like collection goal pages. I didn't know like what I wanted to do with my bullet journal, so my spread and collection were pretty much simple. I did a passion for fashion spread, which were my Lolita fashion collection. I did a buying games spread, just like to track how much money I was spending on games. I write down my contracts on that spread, and now we are at the first month of 2019, January. You probably noticed that I put everything, like I didn't want like to take a lot of spaces with like my mood, my goals and all that stuff, so I really want to take the less spaces as possible. And yeah, you can see that my gratitude spread was really messy as well. You'll notice that in my first months of bullet journaling I didn't do like any weekly spread, because I really wanted to focus on how I was feeling, how much I was sleeping that day, and all like my habits and stuff, so, and my goals as well. Yeah, so I really wanted to focus on that instead of like doing weekly spreads. And like I said, I didn't know where I was going, so yeah, that's pretty much it. And I think at starting of March I tried to be like more doodly and have like a typical bullet journal spread. I was watching a lot of YouTube videos at the time, mostly Amanda Rach Lee videos, so I was kind of following her themes. I wanted to know like what I wanted to do with my bullet journal, and I did like a leafy theme, really green, and as you can see, I have a lot of habits, and most of the time I didn't like fill them through the month. Yeah, so if I have like a tip that I can share with you for your bullet journal, try to have like not a lot of habits, because it can kind of tear you down because you see, oh no, I'm not really productive this month, and yeah, so I was really not myself during the April month. It was the last month that I had for my university semester. I was struggling a lot, so you can see that I really didn't fill my journal at all. starting in May, I started like a part-time job in a grocery store, so I wanted to take down my notes and etc. And I went to a comic festival at the end of the month as well. So I think that is the month that I started actually making weekly spreads. You can see my little butterfly theme, again inspired from Amanda Rach Lee. And yes, that's it. I really did start my weekly spread that month. It's really minimal. I didn't know how to like do them really, because it was my first time doing it, and because I wanted to be more productive with my job. And you know, as an artist, you will always have 2 jobs at the same time. For the June month, I was really not feeling good. I wrote a quote in French that says "Après la pluie vient le beau temps," which means after the rain comes like the sunshine, the good times. I wanted to cheer myself a little bit. It's funny that I put a lot of rainbows as my mood tracker for like me feeling good, but I noticed like way back when I got diagnosed with my depression that I was trying to convince myself that I was feeling good, and I wasn't taking my mood tracker really seriously. So yeah. Oh, it's also like the month I started experimenting with bullet journal. I did my first Dutch door spread, which I really like. And yeah, so you see like a bunch of colors and rainbows because I really wanted to try to cheer me up a little bit and to be like, you know, everything is fine, it's just in your head, you're happy and you know it, but it's really not. July, I think July is like my favorite theme that I did in my whole like bullet journal. It's like little fish, and I picked up like blue and yellow colors. Yeah, and now you can see it, like half of the month I was really not feeling well. My habits, I was working a lot. I didn't really took time for myself. I didn't like really fill up my goals. I was really disappointed with myself. That was a really difficult month. I'm sorry if like it's a little bit too personal for you guys, but I just want you to remember that if you are struggling with something, please talk to someone. I will put some links below in my description box. And now you can see like a bunch of X's. That's why this month is not really like fill up, because that's actually like the week that I stopped working at my job. Like I had to quit because I was really not feeling well. And it was also my birthday week, so I had a party that weekend. But yeah, happy times. And oh, this is one of my favorite spread. I wanted to do like a book thing, like I was like turning down the page. I also went on the trip that week, so that's why I didn't like wrote a lot of things. And this spread, the one with the bubbles, I really don't like this type of spread. I was trying like to do like really experimenting things, and I think that's the month that I kind of realized that I really don't like the bubble things. The 90s monthly spreads, I really like them. It was like very geometrical and it was really nice as well. I started to feel a little bit better because I started therapy, and it was also the month that I was preparing like my way back to school for my last semester ever, the one that I just finished. So I made like a little back to school spread, and yeah, my weekly spread were pretty much basic. I tried different weekly spread as well. But to come back to what I was saying a little bit earlier, if you really need like to talk or something, please do not hesitate to go talk to someone. Please take care of yourself. Oh, the stationery month spread theme. When I was like drawing my title page, I actually like placed everything at the same spot that you see at the title page. So it was like a very good like observation drawing to do. It was really fun to do because again that month I was really inspired by Amanda Rach Lee's videos, and she was like making the spread. And yeah, so September was like my back to school month, so it was really busy, a lot of stuff that I had to do. And now on to the October spread. I really want to challenge myself again, so I did a only black and white spread on this one. Yeah, principally black and white, and I was inspired by the moon drawings of Amanda's, but I wanted to do like a little witch theme. And as you could see, I was working a lot again, and I started not to feel like well again because of course school. It was a really hard semester after all I've passed through this last summer. I thought that I was like pretty clever to do this spread because I was like, oh, it's like black and white and comic, and I didn't have the key for this year, so every time that I did a task I was like stroking in black. So that's why that you can see nothing sometimes in the black spots. This month was like a hot beverage theme, and for the title page I wrote like a quote inside of a coffee mug, and it was sorry, I have plans with my cat. So as you can see, I use a little bit of washi tape for my mouth and glance spread for my first year of wedding. So I actually got married in November 10th in 2018, and yes, I covered that date with a little bit of my washi tapes and all the hearty stuff. So in that spread, it felt really empty because I really wanted to focus on school, and November was also a really big month for me because I went into two conventions, a cat convention in Montreal where I sold like my cat dessert sweet merch there. Oh, I really like this spread. I didn't have like a lot plan. I really wanted to like relax this week, so I toned down the task a little bit and I drew this really big teapot, which I'm really proud of. On the last weekend of November I went to my local comic convention, and yeah, it was a really buzz month. And for the last month of the year I did like a Northern Lights theme to follow again Amanda Rach Lee, which I really love. And December was really pretty much hectic with my last assignment, so I didn't fill up my trackers and my mood tracker that I tried to like put up at the same page. I wanted to do like a Northern Lights at the end with my tracker, like a little drawing that will follow each tracker, but because I didn't fill up my my trackers, I kinda like it looks a little bit messy because of that. And yeah, for the last like spread of December, it was a really simple spread because it was like all the Christmas parties, the New Year's parties, so I didn't want to like overload myself with tasks, and instead I wanted to focus with the time I had with my family. And for the end of the year spread, it's really messy. didn't expect to be like this messy, but I wanted to do like a 2019 review of what the things happened in my life. I wanted to do a timeline as well, but as you can see, I kind of like lost control of it. So you can see like a bunch of color code that I did on my timeline. The green ones was like an accomplishment at my artistic career, my comic career, and all that stuff. And you can see like there's a lot of green stuff, which like I'm not impressed at all that I went through so much this summer, because I was really overloaded with all the things that happened in my career. And I actually did like a kind of a big error with my 20 before 2020 spread. I should have wrote 20 things before 2021. And this spread is looking like really empty, but that's because I wrote down with my pencil. So it was my plan 2020 bullet journal setup planner. So I wrote down my themes, I wrote down like my sketch of my pages. And for this last spread, it kind of looked funny, but I tried like to do a grid spacing cheat sheet, like the one I did in my 2020 bullet journal, symmetrical. The half line is like not even on the dots. I didn't even bother to do it with a ruler. It's really messy, and I end up like not using it at all because it was like going everywhere. And the quote on the side, it says, "What feels like the end is after the beginning." That's what I felt like when I was handing this journal. And also I didn't have my notepad for one of my classes, so I wrote down my notes on the back of my bullet journal, but don't mind me. So yeah, that's the end of my 2019 bullet journal flip through. I hope you like this video. It kind of ends my 2020 bullet journal project video. So if you have any recommendation for me, what type of video that you want to see in the future, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you soon. Goodbye!